welcome back to another great video today where we'll be looking at the history of every iPod. My version of history. This is not the real history, but this is my version because I'm cool and epic and swag. This is the first gen classic I have here. This one does not have a hard drive or a syncing motherboard, sadly, but at least it shows signs of life when I plug it in shortly. This iPod was what started the iPod fad in 2001. If you had one of these in 2001, you're considered lame because they have not caught on yet. But give them about 2 years, and you'll be considered very cool and epic and swagger. And here it is turning on. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there because there's nothing inside of it really. So what we got next here is a 20GB second gen classic. Now these came out about a year after the first, and it was the first iPod to come in multiple storage sizes. Even though it was just two. These two options being 10 and 20GB sizes. And I do own one of each storage size. Now these iPods are cool because it went from the actual moving wheel to the touch sensitive wheel, which was found in all generations after this. And this one being the first. There's a 20GB thing on the back. And here's my 10GB model. Also, you notice the font on the back is the font that they still use today for the old Ipods. Yeah, that's what you need to know about the second gens. They're cool and epic. And they're kind of like a 1S. That's what everyone calls them, because that's basically what they are. They're kind of like a refined version. And also the thickness is a bit different between these two. The 20GB one is a bit thicker, by a noticeable amount, which made it the thickest iPod ever made. So here we got one of my favorite iPods. This is the third gen Ipod Classic. These bad boys came in a variety of storage sizes and brought many noticeable changes. One being the weird, almost you could say a Weasel-like controls, having all the buttons on the top row lit up, the touch wheel at the bottom. Now all the buttons on here, even the top row, are all touch sensitive.
The whole Switch is not touch sensitive.
It's pretty cool if you ask me, and almost ahead of its time, which it probably was. And right now I'm showing you a 40GB one. These things are pretty thickum, they have the thickum qualities. And also, this is the first iPod to support the 30-pin little thing for the dock. And then putting them back on, this is how people would use them. This is very innovative at the time, which you could say even still is nowadays. And then we got a 30GB one here. This bad boy works fine, works pretty good. And these came in 40GB storage sizes. 30GB is right here. 20, 15, and 10GB storage options, which are pretty good amount of storage sizes, so they fit everyone's needs. And also, the 30 and 40GB storage options came in the thicker shells, while the 20, 15, and 10 storage size options came in the smaller shells. Here is the 15GB storage option one. This one came with some music on it, which it's pretty cool. And it's in pretty good condition on the back. Little nut spots, but not too bad. And it was worth the $20 I paid for it. Guys, I cannot plug in the iPod. My pull-in game weak. Here's the smallest one here, which is a 10GB model. This bad boy has a lot of music on it. I like these iPods because people leave their music on them, and I listen to a lot of music, so I just start plugging in headphones and listen to whatever they listen to. You can really tell a person's personality by hearing what music they listen to. I can never learn how to plug these things in. Now let's move on to a more popular iPod, and many people's favorite iPods to this day, the 4th gen Monochrome Ipod. These bad boys came out in 2004, and they brought the click wheel, which was found on the iPod Mini that was made the year before. Or not really a year before, a couple months before. And this brought the click wheel to the full-size iPod lineup. This wheel was an unbridled success, and it just made the iPod sales go through the roof for Apple. And it's kind of what started them dominating the market, which is a mood.
Thank you, Apple, for the mood. This one has a little mark on it. I don't know how to get it off. I've tried to. I got the little corner piece, so you can tell. Otherwise, it's just kind of stuck on there. Everything plugged it in. Cool iPod. Now here's a thin version of the iPod, which is a 20 gigabyte model option. I don't really care. It has me cleaning my desk. My desk is very dirty, as you can tell. I've not cleaned it in years. And these iPods came with two storage options. They came in 20 and 40 gigabyte options, which is not that many compared to the year before, which had 40, 30, 20, 15, and 10, which was 5 options. This only came in 2. Apple really lowered your options. And this thing, bad boy, was like low battery mode. I'm like, shut up. This is how to plug it back. It also has Duke University etched to the back of it, which is pretty cool. I thought it was pretty epic. I also bought 6 of these in a lot. 4 20 gigabyte option ones. Optional, I don't really care. And then 2 40 gigabyte ones. In almost all of them, except for 2 20 gigabyte options, had bad hard drives, which tells me something. Hard drives don't last. Thank you very much for this rant. What we got next here is an Ipod Photo. These bad boys brought back some variety in storage sizes with a new revolutionary color screen that could display photos. Hence the name Ipod Photo. Apple, we're getting inventive with the names. I have to watch out on that. These iPods came in 20, 30, I think maybe 40 gigabyte storage options, and then finally 60 gigabyte options, which is the one I have here right now. This is thick, pretty cool. I named it the devil because it's kind of scary. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. It decides by itself. I'm not going to question it. This is kind of a weird iPod because it has the old, smaller screen, with it being a color screen instead of a monochrome one like on the generations before it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's kind of it's either an iPod you hate or you love it, which I do not really like them that much. That's why I only own 2 of them. And they have different thicknesses based on the models. The 20 and 30 gigabyte options came in the thin case, and the 40 and 60 gigabyte options came in the thick case, which is pretty cool and epic and swag. It's another trend going on with this video. And then you see the thickness difference between these 2 models. Next, we have the 5th Gen Classic, which is somewhat modern compared to the rest. Modern being 2005, as you can tell, it's very recent. We have the Ipod Classic 5th generation that came in 2 storage sizes at first, being 60 gigabytes and 30 gigabytes. Now they're updated about a year later, or sometime like that, almost a year I think. And they were updated. These are commonly called the 5.5 gens. It's people's favorites. I don't really see why. There's not really much of a difference. I at least can't tell. These came in 80 and 30 gigabyte models, which I don't own an 80 gigabyte one. Sadly, I need to get one at some point. But they're really expensive because of the desirability of them, because everyone hypes them up. And the only real difference between a 5.5 gen and a 5th gen is the search button. When you go to look up your beautiful music choice, and the screen's a bit brighter, and it doesn't have a yellow tint to it. It's a bit more blue. Then here's me showing off a 30 gigabyte one. Now this one, it's pretty cool. It came with a little protector on it. I've left it on, a little plastic protector, and then it came with the original box, which I'll show later on in this clip. I'm pretty sure this has the original battery still in it. It's pretty weak, but it works. I'm not going to complain too much. I don't use it as a main iPod. And it looks nice because it hasn't been opened before. That's it turning on again. Then I'll get the box for it.
Doing your mom, doing your mom, doing your mom, dum.
And just trust me, it has a matching serial number. Pretty sure I compare them. Yeah, right there. For you. See, it matches. It's perfect. It's in pretty good condition. I thought it was pretty cool for $20.
$29.
But here we go. We have the hyped up iPod. The hyped up 5.5 gen with the Wilson DAC. Hilky. Where it's worth $50 to pay. These honestly are too expensive for most people. Like, the price for them, they're just kind of dumb. They sold
Smells
for the
like
price.
broken here.
And there it is. This one doesn't have the box for it, but I don't really care. I got it for really cheap because it had a broken screen. We do not allow the use of the gens on this channel. They've been banned permanently and strictly. If I see one, they get smashed and destroyed. Moving on from that, we had the last model of iPod that was sold until 2014, the Ipod Classic 7th Gen. These bad boys came in only one size of 160 gigabytes. The 120 gigabyte model is a 6.5 gen, which are okay in my book. They're a bit more reliable, but don't push it. The 7th gens are nightmares to get inside and work on because the aluminum front and the aluminum back. That does not forgive, and if you bend it too far, it's not going back. You have to get a whole new back case or a whole new front case, depending on how you bent it, which I have done before. So just trust my word on that. But otherwise, these things aren't too bad. They use the same parts of the 5th gen. You can use the same battery and the same hard drive if you really needed to. If you needed, like, I don't know, bring the iPod back to life and you only have 30 gigabyte hard drives. And it also came with a nice note from the seller. So, Marcus, thank you for being an awesome customer. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, Jared. This also came with the original box, which is pretty cool. And it was also only $50. So I was pretty happy about that. And it has a matching serial number right there. I'm trying to look for the serial number. It kind of took me a minute to find, but eventually I did find it, and everything worked out happily ever after. The end of this beautiful love story iPod thing. Here we have a 7th gen that I had to fix up and restore. It had a dead drive in it, so I had to put a 5th gen drive in it. And also, the black front housing it came with was not in good condition. So I put a gen housing on the front of it with the gen click wheel. And now it works fine and beautiful. Well, that's a good thing about these. All the parts are exchangeable. Like the back housing of this is from a 5th gen, and it's a 7th gen. This works. It's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Or I don't even know what I have planned yet.